4 Feet with Coach JT, man, on this playoff Sunday edition. People taking time out your day to tap in with us, or you'll go back and look at this dope interview we about to get going. Again, subscribe, leave a note in the comments, tap in with us while we're on the air live. Oh man, here we go. I ain't even got to the intro yet, man. We gonna put that away, man. We ain't talking about y'all yet. We finna get to that in a minute. I forgot we can talk about all that today. It's gonna be one of them shows, man. I'm definitely dope to have this gentleman on the show. Before I get to the intro, though, gotta shout out people who taking care of your boy, man. Urban Medical Aesthetics in Sacramento. Tap in with them. 916-365-2013 for your facials, massage, everything you need. Fellas, take time out. Self-care is everything, man. I went and got me a facial a few weeks ago. It was a dope experience. I suggest you go yourself and treat yourself, man. Take care of yourself. Also, again, if y'all feeling generous, if you don't know, you don't ask. Hey, scan the app, tap in, because everything that comes my way helps to put this show on all the platforms, help the merch coming back out. The online store will be back up and popping real soon. Tap in with your boy, man. Whatever. Hey, closed valve, don't get fed. That's what I was told. So, hey, you got to ask. But I appreciate y'all for real that's been tapping in, buying merch and everything like that. But yeah, we're going to jump into this episode, man. I'm sure we got a lot to talk about. He just put up his little New York Knicks sign. I haven't went there yet. But before I do, this gentleman is the owner and the operator of Hello Black Man, a company dedicated to bridging communication gaps and breaking generational curves in the Black community. He is an advocate for mental health, seeks to uphold and build up the empowerment of Black males through the use of self-reflection and journaling. His products can be found on Amazon.com at helloblackman.com. Again, helloblackman.com. He currently has 13 journals dedicated to community. He's also a native of Hazelhurst, Mississippi, a proud graduate of the best college in the world, Alcorn State University, baby. Yes, sir. He's also a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. In his spare time, he enjoys shooting hoops, playing video games, and spending time with his adult family. Mr. Jamey Jenkins. What's up, Jamey?
Man, what's up, my guy? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you, my dude. For always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure. Appreciate you taking time out your busy day. Also taking time out this NBA schedule. Now we hoop heads. You had your Knicks. I mean, right now, real quick, while we on here, how you feel about your Knicks yesterday, man?
Listen, we were up on the series 3-1 regular season. But when it came to playoffs, literally no one is giving us a shot. Right. And I'm like, we just beat them 3-1 in the season. Yeah, but playoff different. I'm like, yeah, we beat them 3-1 in the season. I said, I'm thinking it goes 6. I mean, I'm not counting them out at all. Like, I'm a basketball fan. I know it's back and forth and stuff like that, ups and downs, road games, stuff like that. But I think we can beat them in 6. I think we can beat the Cavs in 6. And so, literally, I saw no one other than outside diehard Knicks fans even giving up a shot. So, getting that first game under your belt, I'm ecstatic.
But so y'all was on the road though too. Y'all went to Cleveland. Yeah, we got the first dub, man. So that's really big, you know what I'm saying? So again, shout out to the Knicks, man. And you're a faithful fan, ride or die, been through it all, stuck with them. So I know, you ain't gotta tell me. We lit the beam last night, man. City's on fire, man. It's on fire out here, baby. It's going crazy, man. Shout out to all the Kings fans for real, all over, especially hotel, man. It's lit, man. It's Battle of NorCal for real out here, baby. It's going down, man. That's what's up, man. So I know we taking time, games going on. We finna get back to them later on. Watch these highlights, whatever we do, because that's our therapy, right? That's our therapy.
Gotta watch it. Gotta watch it,
man. Before we get into the journaling situation, though, man, we gotta give a little background about yourself, man, and growing up in Hazelhurst, Mississippi, because your writers or people who want to know who buy your merchandise, who buy your books. As we know, right in this state we're in now, it's good to know a little bit about the author, the person you are. But tell me a little about growing up in Hazelhurst, man, and what was that like for you?
Man, listen, it's a small town. I grew up in a small town, a town of 3,000 people. And literally it's about 1,500 whites and 1,500 blacks. And that's just it. And I stayed in what they call It, Mississippi. If anybody talk about It, Mississippi, this little country town outside of Hazelhurst. And growing up there, it was slow. You really didn't get out much, didn't see a whole lot. So, getting to Alcorn State University was an eye-opener for me. Just being around a lot of people, competition, and, ins and out, networking and stuff like that. I don't know, just being able to just grow in that capacity, getting to know myself. Basketball, I played maybe 2 hours in high school basketball, maybe 2 hours, literally my high school career. But people that know me knew that I love the game. Like I would play countless games on end. So I went to Alcorn, literally stuck my nose in the gym and didn't come out. And so like when I used to go back home, Hazel, they're like, dude, like you really can play a little bit. I like, yeah. It kind of blow people away. But my dad's a bricklayer. My mom's been in Hazelhurst their whole life, so my whole family is centered around a small town. Yeah. And I still go back, give back. I work with the high school, go back, just, talking and mentoring and stuff like that. And it's I believe in my hometown. I believe that they can continue to grow, continue to build. And when they have small businesses, I go back, I inbox, sidebar, hey, take that down. Hey, that's not professional. So I'm one of those people that I moved away, but I never moved away. I never tried to disconnect from from my being from a small hometown. I post about Hazelhurst at least 2 or 3 times a week. Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. So and people, again, that they got to go on the map and really see the location of the hometown or other locations around there too, right? Because when you say small, no, you really mean small.
I really mean
very. No, I know who drive what car, who drives.
Oh yes, yes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Our rival town is Crystal Springs. It's maybe 10 minutes apart.
Yep.
And growing up, believe it or not, we both had Copiah County tags. Like I'm from Copiah County, different Copiah County. What's crazy is I could see a car and knew it was a Crystal Springs car. Like I said, oh, they got to be from Crystal Springs. Like you would just know because you knew everybody car in Hazelhurst. So if you saw a Copiah County car, like they from Crystal Springs. Like, they not from around here.
And you got to be out there to really know or feel that environment, especially again. It didn't if you grew up in there or went to Alcorn in that area or anywhere down south, you was like, oh, this is really a thing. Car tags, who drive what car, where they from, them little. I mean, it was a real thing, man, for real. You talk about getting to Alcorn, man. Was that your school of choice, or how did you land at Alcorn State University in the first place?
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I had an older cousin going out there, and when I grew up before the internet age, as far as
we both did.
Yeah, before you could send out 1,000 different places and stuff like that. Like you had to go on campus visits and get paperwork to know what was going on, see what was going on. So I rode out there one day, and like literally, I had no real. Hey, like Alcorn is my first choice. This is where I'm going, no matter what. Got the paperwork, kind of filled it out, and went out there for high school day. Went out there for a high school day.
Gotcha.
Yes, about a month or 2 before, we had to submit like where we were going. And my cousin like, okay, yeah, we'll come by the room, stuff like that. So she's a girl. So she come out of the room and I introduce everybody. It's over. Like, okay, yeah, I'll be right here. It was around. So that's how I got the Alcorn.
Yeah, man, that's up, man. They gonna make, especially them that high school day or that game day experience for any younger person who's never been there or seen it like that. You like, oh, this is what it can be. Oh yeah, even though I'm out of nowhere, I'm out in the middle of nowhere, but it's its own little, like I said, own little city right inside that little place, man. Get you going. Give me your overall. I mean, your first feeling though when you stepped on there by yourself though. Couldn't go home, even though Crystal Springs went too far. I mean, I'm sorry, Hazelhurst went too far, but you had to go be somewhat independent a little bit out there on the yard.
Listen, to be honest, it was enough people from Hazelhurst that I felt comfortable.
Good.
I had older cousins out there, older guys that I looked up to that was out there. So when I stepped on campus, it was more about, okay, let me, kind of find my identity, who I am, and my classes and stuff like that. I was never growing up super mature. Like I always been the class clown, stuff like that, joked around, stuff like that. Yeah. And so like now I got nobody to get me up in the morning. I got nobody to. So I'm just conscious about like who I've been and like what I got to be like right now. Like right now, if I don't go to class, nobody take me to class. If I don't do this. And so like it was enough guys that was like, hey, where you been? What classes you got? So I had a good footing, like day one from that standpoint.
That's what's up. And real quick for y'all knowing, man, we both Sent each other some merch, man. Same time, got it on. He got the Stay Applying pressure shirt on. I got the Hey Black Man, Hello Black Man t-shirt on, man. That's what we talking about, man. Support each other for sure. Like I said, man, we finna get into this to this journals real quick, but also give me one of the hardest times, because I mean, you know, adversity, right? Especially now.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot. We've been around. Like I said, we're not the same guys we met 20 years ago. I could say almost 20 years ago, right? But give me during even your time on the yard, right? Because college is a growing experience, it's life experience, right? Give me something that you say you may have had to overcome to make sure you finished up or completed that challenge task while at Alcorn.
Well, listen, I've never had I've never been the guy that had all the dope clothes. I might have had a car at Alcorn for 6 months. I had a Tempo that was barely running when it got there. So I didn't have all the experiences to be able to just go and do and stuff like that. So like, if I didn't get a refund check, like I was basically broke, right? You know, if I didn't go home and get with my dad and work, my dad's a bricklayer. So if I didn't go home and work, like I didn't get to have the fun that some people had just based on what they were afforded.
Finances, for sure.
And that's great if they had it. Like I would try to figure out how much my books was to know how much I needed to work to get my books and stuff like that. And I think a lot of people, like, they take for granted, And my mom, I'm a mama's boy. You know what I'm saying? I know I love my dad, my mama's boy. So I never asked my mom for money. So like I remember the first time she took me to Alcorn, she gave me like 20 books. And like I can guarantee you the next 3.5 years, she probably didn't give me $50 combined. I never asked, oh mom, I'm good. No, I'm good. I don't need nothing. I'm straight. Because I know she was a single mom, home. She's still, taking care of bills and stuff like that. Like I didn't want to be a burden. And I knew I had to finish. I knew that going out there, like I had to get the required courses and stuff like that done. And for me, not being super mature, like it took a lot for me to like, okay, what's next? Like, okay, what's together? Like, let me sit down and do certain things and make sure that I'm not in school for 7 years or 8 years to get this 4-year degree. So just not having a lot of funds made it a little more, I guess, impactful for me. And then to be able to finish it, it made it just as much more enjoyable.
What did you major in while you was out there?
Political science, pre-law.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. The only reason I majored in political science pre-law was because of the movie Devil's Advocate. The movie Devil's Advocate came out. Keanu Reeves was this hotshot lawyer and stuff like that. And I never forget one of the things Al Pacino said. He was just like, law gets you into everything. He said, it doesn't matter what you want to get into. If you're into law, you can get into anything. I was like, all right, I measure in political science, pre-law, cool. Like, that's it. And it fit me because I like to talk, like to run my mouth. And it was so crazy. No matter what class I went into, I took the opposite stance of whatever the stance the class was. If the class was yes, or we need affirmative action, okay, I said, okay, I'm against it. I'm against affirmative action. They're like, man, what are you talking about? I would do it just so the class would be interesting. It didn't matter. I go look up, figure out what I need to figure out. All my papers were, if the 90% of the class went left, I'm going right. They already knew it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And give me one highlight though. I mean, it had to be something that you never forget being out there. It could be many, but give me one that stands out for sure for you that you was like, hey, this was it. This was worth the time there.
I don't know, man. It was I guess a couple. One, Goody Mob came to the yard one time. Goody Mob and stuff like that. Like it was just absolutely phenomenal. Like I had never been to a real concert or nothing like that. It was in the new gym, and I was just like, like I hear these people music, and like they're in this gym, and like this is so dope. Bro,
I think that was that, and it was free. I think I went,
and it was free. One
year, that 1 year was T.I., Franchise Boys, Lil Wayne, and somebody. I said, bro, this is everybody who we rocking. That's what we had: the tall, the white tee, the hat, all. I said for free. And it was like a show. Everybody dressed up.
Real
I said,
show.
Man, I called her and said, man, y'all boys missing it, dog. I said, it ain't like this nowhere else, bro. I said, it's crazy, man. That spring concert used to be so live, man.
Yep.
The lineups was crazy.
Yes. No, CeeLo Green, Goody Mob. I can't remember who else came out there that year.
People, man.
But it was for me, it was mind blowing. I'm from a small town. No concerts or nothing like that.
And them is big time artists, right?
Right. And I sure wasn't going to Jackson. She wasn't going to Jackson, nothing like that. So it was mind blowing to me. I got a chance to pledge. So like that was different for me, like being a part of fraternity. And then just graduating. My dad and mom coming to graduation. We were graduating outside then, not inside. Yeah. We graduated hot, outside, sweating.
May 6th. Don't forget mine in the heat.
Yeah. My grandparents outside sweating. And just to walk across the stage and say, okay, I've completed something that I started. So all three of those things were huge for me.
Yeah, definitely dope, man. My grandparents, my mom is from Natchez too, though, so that was a blessing for me to be able to go back there. My my grandparents from Natchez, man. My cousin still live there to this day, man. Oh yeah, man. That's the other side of the family, man. That's why I say it's second home, man. I'm between two places, bro. I love it. I love going back. I love going by the house and just going back there too, man. My cousin still live there, man, and some other family. So definitely, it's definitely family ties for me outside of Alcorn too. So, but the crazy part before that, my auntie went to Valley, my uncle went to Jackson State. My twin sister went to Alabama A&M, so everybody got swag roots. I'm like, man, my twin was she was at A&M the same time I was there, man. So it was definitely dope, man.
So what told you say, you know what, I'm going to Alcorn? Like, what was your one thing that said I'm going to Alcorn?
You ain't gonna believe this right here though. So look, Coach West, man. Shout out to Coach West. Him and my mom went to school together.
Okay.
He called Coach West, talking about, hey, Coach, I got a son. He's 6'3". He played basketball. I was like, what? She said, I talked to my friend down. I said, you come in and walk on or something like that. I'm like, I played JUCO ball 2 years. I said, if I can make a JUCO, I can go walk on. I didn't go no visit. I went to Alcorn. I was real little. Don't remember going there. But then I didn't go no visit. Monty dropped me off. I sat in the financial aid for like 3 hours.
That's
financial aid, waiting in line like this. But when we drove off the stretch, though, I said, we in Jackson. So I flew into Jackson. I was like, okay, I've been to Jackson a few times because she stayed in Jackson.
Yeah.
I went to Alcorn. I was older. I was like, oh, we going, where are we at? I'm like, we going 10 miles up the hill, 5 miles up the hill. Boom, campus. I said, oh, Lord. I go there, get on campus, dog. I sit there. I'm like, but I'm at that point for me, it was about, I get possibility. And I didn't know I was going to make a team. I had to try out. I said, a possibility to play basketball at the next level. For me, at division level, that was all I could hope and dream of, no matter where it's going to be at. And I went, but I was like, you know what? After that first week or two, I met T. Large. T. Large, man. Older big brother to the day. That's my best friend. That's my dog, man. He had a car because I didn't have no car. And then I'm there, and my grandparents are in Natchez though. So I did think, and that was a big factor too, because my grandparents never got to see me play basketball in high school. Right. So I was like, if I make this team
in front of home,
bro, I didn't think they would. My grandpa, again, they both been gone a few years now. They used to drive up that hill to come watch me play and sit down that little front row. That's all I could ask for, man. Like my grandparents, that's it. So I mean, that was it. But then the relationships too, man. The relationships, man. Everybody met up there, good, bad, ugly. Just being able to grow as a man and a dude and get out. I'm a mama's boy too, so I got on my own a little bit. Took them struggles, took some L's, you know what I mean? But I grew and I was like, man. But everybody, my twin, like we all went through stuff. If you can make it at HBCU, like we say, you can make it anywhere, bro. Yes. And I was like, I would do it again. I'd probably go harder at some things, but that experience,
I would too.
You know what I mean? I don't take for granted, those relationships I met or, those tribulations, those trials, or those teachers, because, man, I was a child development major, Jamey. So I'm the only one of two only boys, like me and Lil Swallows and somebody else. We working with kids. They was like, what y'all doing? I'm like, hey, it's me. It's all women in the classroom, but I'm learning. I'm networking, but I'm talking, but I'm learning child development because I love kids. I teach now. And I was like, it was for me, though. And Miss Dr. Proud passed away, but she accepted me like, hey, like she knew I wasn't from there, but she was like, hey, stay on this. Do this, like shout out to people like Enola Kelly, April May. They was looking out for me. No lie. They was like looking out for me. So I was like, man, you know what? This was everything for me, bro. I said, that experience was real dope, man. It was real dope.
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Most people, and I'm talking about 99.9% that go to Alcorn and are open to what Alcorn is, they will go back. Like they are die hard. Like if I see an Alcorn tag, a shirt, a purple and gold, is like I'm ducking, looking, trying to see.
It's ride or die.
It's ride or die.
It's serious,
anybody that hasn't been to Alcorn, and they know, like, man, let me tell you something about y'all people. He's like, man, y'all love
each other.
School, man. They were like, man, y'all love at school.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like,
hey, it's like it's probably, Jay, when I got there, I didn't realize it was like at least for me, 10 people is a lot from Sacramento, from California at Alcorn. It was 10 people. It was like 10 people. I'm like, you from Sacramento too? How you end up? Because there was a guy here, Allen Road, getting people to HBCUs. And so I'm like, a couple girls play soccer. Rachel played softball. Rowena played soccer. I was like, it was a whole bunch of them. Toya played softball. So, it's home team, right? Everybody, hey, what's up, home team? You ride around, home team. You know what I'm saying? You had to stick together, man. So, I definitely enjoyed that time, bro. It definitely was a blessing, man, for all those experiences, man, those life lessons. But like I said, them struggles too, man. We had them because we had limited resources. We couldn't just go grab things and go, no.
Listen, internet, phone, no phone service.
What?
And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. I went back out there, went to the cave, and they were like, okay, you paid. And they were like, okay, this is what you eat. And they're like what? Like, where do I go? They're like, no, anything. Like, whatever you eat. And I'm like, okay, so I get this. They're like, no. Like, you just eat till you finish. I'm like, what? I'm like, eat till I finish. Like, this, I can go back. Yeah, like, just go ahead and just get whatever. Yeah. Man, listen, I remember, you go through the line.
Assembly line. Right. Hey, don't try to go through unless you knew the cafeteria. You got to be, hey, look. You gotta know somebody. Slide back in there.
You gotta know somebody.
I will say this though, brother. We telling our age. We don't look that old. I'll say that because that was a long time ago. That thing, the men's tower gone. The other, like, they didn't upgrade everything like that. It's gone, man. It's crazy now, bro. It's crazy now.
That blew my mind. This the access. Like, for us to get a hot meal and a sandwich, like, you was winning that day.
And then you try to take it to your room to save if you didn't eat it all.
Exactly.
Just late night dinner.
Exactly. And they eating non-stop. Like, what? Like, this whenever.
Level.
It's bananas.
That's what's up. Man, definitely dope time. Again, shout out to the school, man. Alcorn State University, man. But I advise anybody out there to go out there and tap into any HBCU, really, if you want to get a feel for different culture, different lifestyle, but also some networking and some relationship building. If that's for you, networking. A lot of people, man, a lot of doctors, lawyers, educators, people who do ag. I didn't realize that. See, that's one thing too. Agricultural land grant schools, man. How y'all think? I was like, man, how you think the soils and the foods and the things, all the ag majors? And I was like, they come from HBCUs. Yep. I was like, they do. And I was like, what? I said, yeah, that's why I say land grant or agriculture. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the land that everybody eat, walk on, or the food come from.
It's here, right? They growing it. They growing it.
I never put it. And I was like, okay, that's a high demand. It's just a high demand job.
No doubt.
Hey, these journals, man. Let's get into this journal, man. Because I was when you sent it to me, man, I tapped into it immediately. I'm thinking for myself though. For myself, right. I'm like, I guess we could say we're former athletes. I'm a former athlete, but still learn as a coach. But I'm like, man, this is good for this person. This one right here is those hello athlete. You have 12 other ones though. But just take me through the concepts of when you decided to start putting your information or your plan on paper, on wax, as they say, to get ready to produce an item for people that's tangible. Something that you can send to somebody like me and go, look, man, look through this, Jay, or I can outsource this to my players, to their families, to other students. When did this start happening for you?
So for me, I guess about 3 years ago, about 4 years ago now, 2019, 2020. 2019 going to 2020, right before the pandemic. I was at home and I was just thinking about how I can better connect with my family, how I'm often not the person to ask a lot of questions. I'm not a question asker. And it's kind of, I would say it's predominantly men they're not detail orientated like that. They're not set up that way. You give me the basic, okay, boom.
That's all I need.
That's it. I'm good. And I was thinking about like my dad. So like, you know what? I said, man, how well do I really know my dad? I know his favorite football team. I know where he went to school. I know where he goes to church. But like beyond that, right? But beyond that, like, why does he make certain decisions? Like, what has he been through to make him the person that he is? And I thought about like going through school. Everybody wrote. You either wrote raps or poetry. Like everybody wrote. Everybody wrote now. Everybody wrote 7th, 8th grade. Yeah. Everybody was a writer, right? Yeah. And I just thought about how free you felt to write anything. If it was rapping, poetry, whatever. And I was just like, well, maybe, connecting with my dad and son, I said, if I could write questions down and have them answer them, then like sometimes it's pressure. Like sometimes you're talking to a kid, a child, your child. Mm-hmm. They may answer based on how they know
yes, sir.
What you want to hear.
Yes.
But if they have freedom and without anybody hovering over them,
you can pull it out. You can pull it out.
They'll pour it out. They'll pour it out.
Yeah.
And so I like, man. And I was just so excited when I was brainstorming. I said, at this point, you can work on your past, your present, your future. Mm-hmm. So now, if I tell people all the time, if your Instagram, Facebook, if your social media got deleted, who would you be? Like, how could you track the last 5 years of your life if social media was deleted tomorrow? Like most people have nothing. They have no real pictures. They definitely hadn't written them down. And I thought about, okay, my grandma, granddad, stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. It's only so much you're going to remember. It's only so many things that if they tell you 100 things, you may remember 10.
Facts.
And how many things are you going to pass down to the next generation? Say, oh, your grandmama said these 10 things. Mm-hmm. They remember 2. In 2 generations, there's nothing. It's gone, right? And so now you have something tangible. Mm-hmm. Now my goal is to get these journals into homes across the globe.
Yes, sir.
And you to start writing down your history and seeing the changes that you're making in yourself. I had one of my buddies. He did a journal 3 years ago when it first came out, and he said, I decided to redo a journal. He said, I got another Hello Black Man. Mm-hmm. He says, and I was reading both of them. They're totally different books. He said, I'm a totally different person. He said, I'm a totally different person now than I was 3 years ago. He said, so my answers now are a lot more.
Man, I didn't even think about it like that, bro. That's crazy.
Right, they're a lot more uplifting. He says, I was in a dark time, so I wrote dark things. He says, now I'm in a different space, and now he says it's just amazing. He said, but both of them are dated. He says, I'm looking forward to writing another one because you're going to continue to evolve. You're going to continue to have things happen and stuff like that. So that's how it started. And I started with Hello Black Man, Hello Black Woman, Hello Black Teen, Hello Black Child, Hello Black Couple, Hello Black Entrepreneur, Educator. And I just started thinking of those segments in our community that needed it. And so we do have the Journey Journal that's for everybody. And then the athlete. I have a bonus son. My son plays basketball. My bonus son was graduating. He's a football player going to Southwest here. And wanted to give his team some stuff for graduation. So we worked on athlete. So it would be, for every athlete, no matter if you're a sumo wrestler, a shot put, tennis, because a lot of athletes, they're social media driven. Yeah. But where do they have a safe space outside of it?
Yeah, I think you did a great job at capturing that for anybody, right? Male, female, but also, like I said, in journaling, I've doing some journaling as far as exercises for my my college course I teach. Because again, I have college, high school freshmen, they're taking a college class. They're taking a freshman. They're doing dual enrollment. And I'm an adjunct professor too. But to pull out information from them, because some will vocalize, but also these kids are 14, 15. So they really may be like, man, I'm not saying much. But through the writing or the typing as we do that, I'm like, ooh, or I can find out who may need some support. Who may need some type of, And that's the thing. They're like, they're in a space where they may need some support, or okay, I can talk to the counselor and say, hey, you may want to see this student on the side because I read some of her writings. But also, some give me some writings. I'm like, young lady or young gentleman, you're dope. Keep that up. Or it's inspiring to see you write at a 14, 15 level age group, but then be like, okay, you're really above level. You keep doing what you're doing, man. But you did a great job of capturing that and really taking it upon again. And I got it. I was like, oh man, I gotta get one for nephews. I gotta get one for he about to be in middle school. I'm about to, in elementary school. And I'm like, hey, but for him, especially around middle school, when he's at a time right now where he's really serious and trying to focus in on the sport. But also, again, I know put a little highlight reel out there. He was like, I said, all right, but you gotta find that even. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to get there. But I said, just put it on paper too, so you can maybe judge yourself. And I think about that as far as the lineage behind it, keeping something tangible to go back and say, hey, pass this on down. You can see what Pop's uncle did or dad did, mom did. Okay, now can I top that, or is it different, or is it the same? Right? Or is it some resemblance, man? So I definitely think that. How does that make you feel where you started? Yeah, where you've been through and where you at right now? Because again, you're not the same person, but now you're able to, and you're wanting to impact others at it. This scale is different, man. This ain't just going back to the community. I mean, to your home. Thank God through internet stuff like that. This is worldwide though. People get this worldwide. How does that make you feel doing this right here?
It really, as you get older, that's a part of your being. It's to have some remembrance, have some long standing. Like they say, like your life is the dash between the dates, right? So like what I'm trying to do is extend my dash beyond my date, right? Because everybody has a date. But what we're trying to put out there is something that is tangible, that can be passed. The only way you're going to break generational curses is that multiple generations are able to communicate, right? You're not going to break it just us in just your lineage. So what has to happen is I need to be able to speak, or need to be able to give some answers to my son. Like there's only so many ways I'll be able to do that. So it makes me feel responsible. It makes me feel like I've done something or been a part of a movement that will be forever. Will be as long as time exists. And I just think I'm hopefully just to help, just to be a part of saying, hey, I know this name. This name stands for this. And my kids can see that it's a part of the whole mental health game.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely, like I said, when I saw this, I was excited. I was telling people about it. I'm already thinking about ways, and we'll talk more offline to collab or help support, because I'm going to get it out here. I'm going to do because just the information, and I'm not going to give away too many gems. I'm going to just read the first thing. One of the first things is out here. It just says, hello, athlete. What made you become an athlete? Right? Because you may want to I know for art, I'm sure we aspire to be like somebody else. We saw somebody on a TV or in person. These days, when I speak to students or teaching class, it's hard for me to find what they're inspired, what they want to be like. And I'm like, how does that? I'm like, okay, it's at times as a person in general, but as a black male, it's like, man, y'all don't want to be nothing. Like y'all don't have nobody y'all look up to. Like we had that, or imitated guy. We had that. Like, hold on, oh, that's him, And I'm like, and at times it's hard to deal with and cope, because where the inspired the hope to be what does that lead to? We know you got one or two ways to go, right? You can make a left turn, right, or whatever, but that path could be altered by what your decision is, and it's like, okay, man, at least where's the hope at? Where's the inspiration coming from? But through the journal writings, like I said, the topics in here, this is on the athlete, right? The question, it asks how your day was. We wasn't brought up talking about how was your day.
No, at all.
Well, nobody asking us that.
Like, how was my day? Like,
definitely not tapping into that. But it's okay.
Homework, that's it. Do your homework, clean your room, go back to school.
We on that schedule, right? And I think I like one that says, you leave quotes in here too, man. Champions keep playing until they get it right. Everybody, sometimes, especially our youth and people too, it's the quick win. But we know it's the long game, man. That quick win is not longevity in that, really, realistically, right? Right. But we want to build that sustainable outcome no matter what it is, right? And I think that's something in here, like I say, man, you're tapping into so many different things. So I can imagine what the other books consist of too. Yep. But now too, though, man, tell everybody where they can find the books. We got to let everybody know again. Look, you got something else. Go ahead, get into it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you two questions from the Hello Black Man Journal. So give me one number. Give me one number between 1 and 52.
7.
Number 7. Why did you choose the number 7? I always ask.
I just always felt that was a lucky number, I guess.
All right, here you go. It says, hello, Black Man. How do you think others describe you, and how do you describe yourself?
Others, me, caring, family oriented, serving, and giving of self. Myself, I would say, like I said, definitely serving other people. Thankful, even more so now for what I have, what I've been through, and also just I want to help. Like I said, I want to see others, especially other males, black males, just males, minority males in general, any boys, but just be better or be better than what I was, or do more, do great things, man.
Now I'm gonna tell you how powerful that is, right? So if you had a chance to write it, you probably write out a little more.
Gotcha.
But just think about who has asked you that question.
Nah, I didn't.
Okay. So from generations past, parents, grandparents, like they didn't ask you, so they don't have your answer. They just have what they think of you. They just have what they hope what your answer would be.
Right.
And so, like with me, a lot of times with my mom, dad, I will just go through a journal answer. So now they don't have to think. Now they don't have to wonder about a certain question, how I'm thinking, what's my mindset. And so same thing with my kids, right? My kids are not going to ask me, how do I describe myself?
No,
they're not.
But that's a great topic for conversation, right? Yeah,
but they
that's
need
dope.
to know. They
That's
need
dope.
to know how I think of myself and how I think others perceive me.
That's dope.
Because they may be going through some identity crisis,
right? Yes. Yeah.
And so now I'm helping them see that, hey, the way you see yourself and the way other people see you may be different, and that's fine.
But it's okay too, right? It's we're in a space now where, and like you said, that this internet or the typical look or style it's okay not to be accepted by everybody, but it's just who do you find? How do you find yourself within, right? But I also think, I mean, again, I wish I could have, or even though I think we may have turned it differently, because I can remember sitting on the porch in Natchez in the driveway with Grandpa. He didn't say much, but I could tell if he came to an event or if he just gave me, I think it was more so the actions, the physical action. Like he gave me that hug, shake my hand. You knew Grandpa was proud of you. If I go Grandma or something like that, that hug and that kiss, or her asking questions, you okay, baby?
The word.
That was it for me and her, but that was approval for her too. Like, hey, you good, baby? Or I'm good. That was it for her too. That was more so we could read those things. That has definitely gone away as far as that communication right now. So this is definitely a way of, and now, yeah, man, that's definitely a way of opening up the conversation. But also, as you know, our mom, especially mom will say, hey, son, how you doing? Mom gonna check. I'm not really gonna give her too much information, but through conversation or something like this, I can probably fulfill some of those voids or that cup that she wants to be filled with, knowing how my son doing. I want to know how you doing. Like, you still my son. Okay, how old you are, man. And that's definitely dope. To picture, man. It's levels to it, bro. I didn't think about that either. But to go back in right now with grandparents, parents, or it's cross-reference. You can share information across the family, man.
Brothers, sisters, siblings, like significant other. Like I said, we got the couple journal also. Like,
okay,
it's just the passing of information that is unfiltered. Like, if you can take me for who I really am, then I know that we're meant to, go through this journey together, or we're meant to be in the same space. Give me one more number. Give me
12.
one more number.
12, man. 12. Yeah.
All right, here we go. The number 12. It says, hello, black man. What's your dream job? And what can you do to make this dream a reality? What's your dream job?
Oh, man. So ever since I graduated, though, I did want to coach, a head coach of college basketball. It took me 10 years to go back to college, get myself, because I know in Division I, Jay, you probably may not know, you don't have to have a degree, but junior college you do. So it's like either way I want to be ready. So I waited 10 years to get back, go get a master's degree, did that. Just been coaching year 17 now. So I prepared myself. Yeah, that's 17 years going this year, man. Just as a head coach, assistant coach, going to college, taking got my master's degree in coaching administration, coaching clinics. But I think for me, just still serving youth, I've been just building my resume with it, right? And and to be an assistant you got to be able to serve. You got to be able to be the best assistant coach, but be there, sacrifice a lot. But then now in the head coach role too, you got to take everything on your head. Everything can come down on you. People will be, they will shoot you. They will try to tear you down. They will try to tear down what your foundation is, but also having the support of my family. Again, thankful for all them. But also just realizing if that goal is to happen, I'm prepared with the resume part right now. Right now, it's about opportunity or whatever. But I know I took that place because that was something, yes, I was like, you know what? I wish I could still make money to play. Never had. I got some boys, got some homies. I kind of live vicariously through them with that part, but I can still around the game. But I still love the game. I still study it. So, man, in that part, that's still something that, and really, it was also the coach at my alma mater. So I knocked off my high school. I'm coaching there now. I coached at my JC as assistant, not a head coach. In all, I'm like, hey, it came a time where I was like, I'm trying to go back over to assistant coach. I was like, I'll get on, back a couple years ago. I was like, you know what? But still, just to knock these off my list, man, it's been happening. It's been, that process, though, has been dope because, again, it's like, as we know, right, as men, I think, man, I know when we want to do certain things, though, keep it real, we're going to try to do it in our power to get them done.
Yep, that's a fact.
Family, significant other, it's like, ooh, they gonna be like, but if we got our mindset, bro, that's us. That's us, man. That's us, man. So definitely dope. Let me ask you one thing though.
Come on with it.
What, again, creating something that you feel is so powerful, what is your end goal now that you're out there on your platforms? I see you doing engagements, you're engaging your community though. Or actually, no, what's next for you? What's the next? Because you have the, as they say, with the content out here.
Yeah.
What's next? What's next?
Listen, before we got into COVID, we were going to plan the Hello Black Man conference, right? So the goal is to
hold on. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Yeah.
So the plan was to do a full-on Hello Black Man conference, talking about mental health, physical health, finances, and just the overall pillars that I feel like makes makes or breaks you, right? Are you financially free? Do you understand debt? Do you understand credit? Like, do you understand what to put in your body, what not to put in your body? Do you understand cholesterol, stuff like that? That is diabetes is primarily in our community. Do you understand how to de-escalate? Do you understand how to be upset, communicate? This normal day-to-day life stuff that could be mentally draining. Like, are you equipped to be able to handle that from a mental side? So mental, physical, financial, handling all those pillars. I mean, having police there, vendors and stuff like that. Yeah. So we are gearing back up to have such conference.
Yes, sir.
But the other thing is, what's so I guess so dope about me and Kalisha, we run parallel. She's very much so social media driven. I'm social media driven also, but she likes to promote through social media. I like to get in front of people because I've never seen a person hear me talk about it and not be excited.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I want to go to malls and go to events and stuff like that. And like that's my goal. In the next 2 years, this is what I want to do full time.
Yep.
Like, oh, Hello Black Man's in Chicago. Okay, Hello Black Man's in Florida. Hello Black Man's in Sacramento this week.
Yes, sir. For sure.
Like, we got to tap into that. Like he's in New York, New Orleans. And I think it's something that when people see how powerful it is, and what they can change about their past, present, future generations to come, I think it's something that will continue to take off. Like, that's my goal. My goal is to
man.
Pull on this in 2 years.
Yeah, definitely. I got a little chill right there. We start talking about it, brother, because it's the content I've been learning through this podcast journey and interviewing and conversations. Right, you got to have the content. Got the content. It's the structure of the networking. You got the networking, and then you've been that person, that energy, that vibe, whether it be silly, goofy, serious. They won't come on in. Got them, right? Got them. But now I say if the content is sustainable, it's like, oh yeah, they know it's valuable. That content's there. They got to get on it. But it's not. It's generational. It's for any age group. You can start them young. I mean, real young. It's a good, simple read activity too. It's not, you know what I mean? And that's the thing right now, right? Given where we are in our society, it's a simple read to, different people can do it, different whatever. So I definitely think, man, that's you on the way, man. And I'm definitely going to be there support and definitely get you on the West Coast because it's some things that's already popping now, but I know I can definitely tap you in for the future as far as getting it because it'd be great to have you as a presenter out here to do they have a real manhood event actually coming up next month. But I'm top of my voice as soon as we get off the line about getting something like that because getting somebody, because it's a lot of information, bro, in these books and that content, bro, is super dope. As you know, in basketball, triple threat, dribble, pass, shoot. But at the end of every show, I ask my guests, give me your triple threat, man. Somebody who may know you, may read a book, may not know you. Give me 3 things, though, that you can hang your hat on, or that's you know what I'm saying, that's your philosophies of how to move through life or navigate this space, man. That you're listening to somebody reading that don't know you, may know you, let them know about you right now. Give me your triple threat.
Oh, it's tough. Okay. I'm going to give you one. Measure twice, cut once. Measure twice, cut once. Whatever you're trying to do, really sit back and weigh the cost of what you're trying to accomplish. People all the time, they tell me, say, hey, I want to make $1 million. Well, are you willing to do the things that make that happen? Are you willing to measure out what it's going to take for you to be that person that you're actually willing to be? So measure twice, cut once. Yeah. Measure twice, cut once. Don't go out there just chopping away at something. Another thing is a story I heard about two woodsmen or axemen. They go out and they cut every day. In the middle of the day, one of the axemen, they stop cutting and they go back to cutting in an hour. At the end of the day, the one that stops always is cutting more wood. And one day the guy asked him, said, hey, how do you cut more wood than me every day? He says, for an hour a day, I sharpen my blade. For an hour a day, I sharpen my blade. So no matter what genre you're in, continue to sharpen your blade. Continue to take a step back and notice people that are excelling. There's nothing wrong to see who's excelling and says, this is a great pattern, right? You don't have to cut through everything. You don't have to I don't know what the word is. You don't have to try to start everything. Like some of the stuff has been already created. So this, continue to understand what's cutting edge, what's happening, what's new, stay in front of media. So just continue to sharpen your blade. 2, I guess the last thing for the triple threat is find someone that believes, right? Surround yourself by people that believe in what you're doing, because you're going to be, I don't want to say you're not always going to be a product of your environment, but your environment is going to either excel you or it is going to hold you back, right? So if you're around people that's pushing you, Kalisha's a person that if I'm not on time, if I'm not doing
she's on you.
She's on it. Like she's on. Have you talked with Jay? Have you done this? Have you done this? Like in your circle, there has to be someone that helps hold you accountable. No matter what you're doing, if it's how professional you are, what you dress like, where you going, are you on time? Like, are you doing this event? Are you not doing? Like, when to email people? Like, she texted me like, okay, don't email nobody after 6 o'clock. Like it's unprofessional. Like stuff like me, I'm just
gonna send a message back.
I'm willy-nilly. I'm all willy-nilly,
Yeah. Facts.
So just having an accountability partner is, I guess, my last part of the trip.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Shout out to your New York Knickerbockers as they go through the rest of the playoffs, man. Definitely tapping in with them, watching young Brunson do his thing. Fellow lefty, that boy got it, man. He out there going to work.
I love it. Again,
man, keep doing what you're doing. We connected, bro. Like I said, I'm definitely supporting it. We're gonna network and talk and support and see how we can grow these brands together, bro. Because that's what needs to be about too, right? Like. Now with the technology, we 100,000 miles away through one call.
We get on
everything, bro. We can pitch ideas. We can sell products for each other's content. Get everybody else online, sell the product, whatever it is, man. I'm definitely excited. I definitely like that vision where you're going. I can see that happening because it's a need for it, though. As we know, right? It's a need for us. Everybody have good content out there, but also some healthy content, right? It's enough of the other stuff. There's enough of the other stuff out there. So again, where can they find your website at, man? Shout your website out again one more time for everybody, man.
All right. You can find me at helloblackman.com. You'll see all my journals on there. You can see some merch on there as well. If you're an Amazon shopper, if you're out there, if you love Amazon, you can search Jamey Jenkins in the Amazon search bar. All my journals are on there as well. Like I said, we have 13 different journals, a little something for everybody, but helloblackman.com is where you can go and find your merch and find your journals.
Yeah, tap in. I put it in the chat, but as we know, I'm going to put it on all the socials. I'm going to post it when I post the highlights. Y'all tap in, support, man. Find a journal that fits you. He got 13 of them. So there's multiple ones that fit, man. Buy it as a gift. Mother's Day coming up, Father's Day coming up, we got graduations coming up. It's the season. He got something for every season online, man. So tap in with him, man. So you heard it from helloblackman.com, aka Mr. Jamey Jenkins, Coach J 916, Coach JT, 94FeetWithCoachJT on the socials, man. But one thing is forever is always all corn over here. You know what I'm saying? So we always all corn, man. What you got?
Oh yeah!
Hey,
I got a table for everything. I got a table for everything.
Hey, I ain't mad, man. Hey, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you, man. Have a good rest of the day. I'm gonna tap in with you.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Peace.